On this International Women's Day, South Sudan's Minister for Gender, Women and Social Welfare is calling on her government to invest in education to improve women's lives. Winnie Cirino reports for VOA from Juba.
This is a time that we'll be thinking to invest more in educating the young generation of female, which will be leaders of tomorrow.
That's Minister for Gender, Child and Social Welfare, Awud Dengashwil, speaking earlier today at the Nyakron Cultural Center about the importance of providing education to South Sudanese girls. Sumedi Kejo, the Acting Director General at the Juba State Ministry of Gender and Welfare, says many women have suffered sexual violence during the South Sudan conflict, and yet she says perpetrators are not held accountable. Kejo says the government must ensure there is respect for the rule of law and ensure that the perpetrators of sexual violence are punished.
These things are happening every day, daily, especially during the war, and even now, because there's breakdown in the rule of law. So anybody can do anything, you cannot be held accountable. So unless we become accountable for our deeds, then maybe the women of this country will be in peace. But as long as people are not being disciplined, people are not being punished, they continue committing these atrocities and they walk free.
Kejo says the war forced many women and children to flee their homes. Since the revitalized peace deal has been signed by the warring parties, she says the government should do more to restore stability so that the displaced people can return to their homes.
We really want to see results on the ground. We want to see that we are peaceful, we can access our villages peacefully, we can access even the forest so that we can gather firewood for cooking, and we can travel at night and during the day without anybody jumping out from any bush with a gun to harass people. That is the peace we want, is real peace that can be seen and not a peace that is only on the lips.
Juba resident Lucia Bianza says discrimination against women is systemic and widespread in South Sudan.
Most of the time at workplace, you find that the women can be employed at the same level with the man, but you find that the man will be paid higher than the woman, and yet you are doing the same job. Then there are issues of gender imbalance. You find that there is a tendency, those technical jobs within the workplace, they tend to think that women cannot do, even if you have gone under that course.
South Sudan marked the International Women's Day under the theme, Think Equal, Make 35% of women's participation count. South Sudan's ruling party said it intended to increase the mandatory percentage of women in the SPLM from 25% to 35% to empower women so that they would be able to compete with men on an equal basis. That was in 2013. South Sudan's women activists have been calling for a 35% allocation in government positions ever since. For VOA News, I am Winnie Cirino in Juba.